We have a lot of, both of our, this culvert and the outlet culvert are both perched, meaning there's like a waterfall from which prevents animals from, quite a few animals from being able to utilize the culvert to get from one place to another. So. Oh, it's okay. Where are you going?
I don't know. We're just doing a circle. Like
you're not going the wrong way.
Okay.
Is this like a documentary? Do you want to interview us?
Oh,
no.
No, it's a training session.
We're bugging you guys.
Yeah, it's okay.
Enjoy your training?
Yeah. Yeah, there's some remnants. This is where I pulled out a box of ashes. It was big. Yeah, it was sitting, and you can see those little bone fragments. A lot of it got washed down that was in the water. And there's some pile, that's for what it, except it's big. You know, it's like gray ash, you know, fine powdered.
Is that like around there, or is that from the flower?
That's some of it too, right there, because they kind of dumped it, and maybe it was early in the season, or I don't know. There's some snow around, I really don't know. But yeah, that's this here, there. Yeah.
There'll be red rose petals here a lot.
What?
Red rose petals. Leaves.
Really?
Oh.
Red rose.
Yeah, well, I see people. Yeah. Oh, did you see that there? Yeah. Yeah.
You grow carrots and stuff.
I'm not sure where they were coming from. Somebody dropped them there, and you see the ash and stuff. Been around here, it's almost real wet and muddy. I usually come up this time of year.
Well, 2 weeks ago, this was completely snow covered.
Oh, wow.
And there was only maybe an eighth of the lake was melted out.
Oh.
And it was melted out just on the edge, and that's when the cascade frogs started breeding. But over the last, I think 4 to 5 days, it's all melted out, which is why it's so wet, like the trails and everything.
Every year they clear open the road, I swear I'm going to come up here and take pictures of Tipsoo with snow on it, and every year I don't. Yeah, so I got to get that done before I die.
Okay, so we're gonna stop here for a second, and we'll. You guys can pass. Somebody can pass me if you want.
Yeah, go around.
So I just wanted to point out that this is really the main amphibian breeding spot on this lake. This bay here, where you see this little peninsula. Early in the it's still almost an island, but it becomes a peninsula. Sometimes last year it almost got isolated. This little inlet of water. So cascade frogs and western toads lay their eggs here, as well as long-toed salamanders and chorus frogs. So we'll I'm gonna find a good spot and we'll all walk down to take a look at some eggs. Maybe we'll get lucky and see a toad. Yeah, so again, if you're meadow roving around here, this is one of the areas where I really don't want to see people or dogs. milling around. I mean, there shouldn't be dogs here, but in this whole Bay Area, or occasionally I've seen people walk out on the peninsula too. But I don't want to see that. I prefer so. And I got it marked on that map. One of the things that was sent out to all of you. Yeah, and you can see it like on the little peninsula right there, that little star. Here it looks like an island. Early season when there's a lot of flow, it's more like this, but it's really and then when we walk out there, let's let's try and keep scattered so we don't create any kind of trail or path. But I'm going to walk out first to see if I can find a good spot. And then
Was that like a drainage ditch that was dug, maybe?
I don't think so.
Oh,
Well, but it could have been. You're right. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It might have just been, there's flow here, and they did that, and like in high flow, it just, it formed that channel. But I really don't know, actually. Okay, we can come down over this way, and again, just try not to create any trampling. I know it's hard not to.
He found it here.
Sort of stay spread out.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Weird things to see.
Is this a mass of eggs here?
Oh yeah, probably. Yep.
Oh, there we go.
And that one, let's see, I don't know, and there's another one. That's very common. They'll lay, so early season, this melts out first before the lake, and they'll lay their eggs, and then yeah, and you can see, if you look closely, you can see that these are just past the hatchling stage. And some of them might not make it. You know, you can see like there's some dead eggs in this pile, but usually there's enough flow where they'll probably get out this way. They're pretty crafty. They'll probably end up getting into that creek once they've just hatched out. So typically right after the hatchling stage, they're still kind of associated with the egg mass, and initially they have external gills. Actually, the tadpoles, which then get resorbed, and that's when they get their motility or mobility, and they'll likely be able to make it right over there and get to the.
Do they start eating right away? Like, are they eyeing up all these little white bugs, thinking,
no, they'll be like scraping vegetation and like films, and, trying to see if you shine your light. Well, I don't know. I don't have a powerful light. But if you look close, you can, your light, you can kind of, some of them.
Oh, that's a good one here.
Most of these are beyond the hatchling stage, but there's hatchlings in here. I can't tell because
There's another egg mass right there.
Oh yeah.
Sure, maybe?
Yeah, that's more recent. Most of them died. Looks like most of them. Probably heat.
They're not just underdeveloped?
Oh no, these are all dead. Once you see that white in them, yeah, they're all dead.
Huh.
I mean,
so
they just don't look that way when you see the embryos. You know, they're dark. Yeah. But actually, this is a good spot to just. Maybe I forgot. Oh no. Just look at a.
Oh, now I see them.
Look at them all.
So most of these. So don't walk in the water. I say, stay out of the water, because this is like what we don't want. Because when we have these eggs, in the hatchling stage, they don't really move around much. You can just step on them and crush them.
Wow.
But here, if you look carefully, you will see their external gills. These little feathery things sticking out.
So these are the northwest.
Those are cascade frogs.
Cascade frogs.
Yeah, and just think of the ones that we saw, when you look at them, think of the ones we saw that had both legs, how big they were,
Right.
they're closely related, and these guys are how tiny they are. They're just, you know. It's one of the novel things about Mount Rainier, because the elevation
Okay, so you got
graduate,
two
we have,
seasons at the same
you go
time.
up in elevation, you go back in time.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
Here's a frog right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm a Julia. But
Oh,
Julia.
I do.
Cascade frog.
Wait, I'm looking. Really?
Oh. Is it upside down or I don't know.
You just kind of have to hold it close to that.
I'm seeing myself. That's the problem.
Wow. Oh yeah, now I see them.
And typically, they the cascade frogs will lay their, well, so do the northern red-legged frogs, but they'll very commonly lay their eggs communally, and so they'll be piles of egg masses on top of each other. We'll see that right out over here, and there can be up to 40, 50 egg masses, even more, in one little pile.
So when we see all the like dark colored tadpoles on the shore, those are these that are making
Well,
their
actually, so the really dark ones, and typically they're a little smaller. Those are the western toads. They're like a charcoal black. They're like charcoal black. And if you see them against a cascade frog is more of an olive, dark olive. When they're really small, you can confuse the two because they look really dark.
Same time or same location?
Yeah, like along this that other shoreline next to the trail, you'll see both species. The toads, they both will congregate together, but the toads will really, a lot of times will congregate. At some sites you'll see them, they actually will form schools, and like midday they'll swim to deeper water and like in a sinewy school. Yeah, and there can be thousands and thousands of them. The western toad, the female, can lay up to, I think it's 18,000 eggs, one female. So, yeah, so they're quite productive. Which is also why the females are much bigger than the males.
And I fell behind.
And why they travel farther
pretty
too,
close
because
down
they
to it,
need more food.
Is what I heard one of
They're
them say.
yeah.
These are western toads?
No, these are
Yeah,
cascade frogs.
Cascade frogs,
Yeah.
Do they congregate because the conditions are really good? Or is
I think
it
it's
so
a
that they
predator,
can-
anti-predator defense. When they're schooled up, you'll see it with fish too. Yeah, and birds.
Same with
It's harder to pick out an
going-
individual when there's
Oh, yeah, and then
a
you
bunch
can,
of them.
Same with
Yeah,
going
I
deeper
can-
when it's daytime.
Yeah, I think it's maybe the shallows get also a little too warm. Yeah, and then they'll. Yeah. It is pretty. Yeah, it's like one of the little charming elements about Lupin. Yeah, those little droplets. I know. But yeah.
Is there everybody over here too?
White stuff along here. What's that? It looks like a high water mark.
Yeah.
Human remains, probably.
I'm not. It could be. I think it's some vegetation or some vegetative material or yeah.
Oh,
It is definitely a product of I think the melting of the snow and the water level, and I can take that back.
can I
Oh, yeah.
look at it again?
Yeah.
Lifetime trying to remember all this.
Oh, yeah.
What are these little purple flowers? Anyone know?
That's a violet.
Oh,
Yeah. There's several that have the lavender color, but I was out with a botanist and he was pointing out one of them pluviae. That's a viola pluviae. I don't know if that's that one, but it's a common alpine that you see around wetland habitats.
and these are just buttercups, right? Or are they
I think,
something-
yeah, looks
Yeah.
like a buttercup of some sort, ranunculus.
These look almost like
orchidish.
Yeah, well, it's that
The shape of
the
them.
shape of the
Yeah.
violet. That's the violet flower. You know the. Okay, so. Oh, so there's a.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
one.
hopping
Now
along.
this guy.
We're
So
good.
you saw those small ones that I'm probably pretty sure they are from this year, Metamorph. This guy is at least a year old. And that's another elevational thing. They just don't get as big because their growing season is so short up here. It's really short. And so this guy, 1 year old, you know, this guy metamorphosed last year and made it this year. Yeah.
No.
Little
Those are rather cute.
cascade frog.
Where did you spend the
Yeah.
winter at?
That was my
Here.
question.
Somewhere around here, probably underwater. Somewhere where it doesn't freeze.
Oh, I think they did freeze
So it
up
doesn't
Yeah.
freeze all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not freeze intolerant. There are some species that are, but yeah. And again, that you know, their color will change. They can get darker and lighter depending on the temperature. So you'll see a lot of them that look really dark, and I think it's because it's a little cooler out.
They look so insulted when you catch them.
What?
They look so insulted when you
Oh.
catch them.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Their face.
They're quite calm and
Yeah.
you're holding them.
You got me.
most of them only a year lifespan.
Cool.
Will they cannibalize the tadpoles?
Salamanders definitely will. I've observed that. I've never seen frogs do that, but it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere on the planet there's frogs that eat other. Well, so side note, sorry. Yeah, if you start looking around, you will see the eggs, right? And where you see those foamy patches, like that's a big bunch of eggs. That white foamy stuff. But yeah, some frogs will lay extra eggs for food for the tadpoles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that lay their eggs in bromeliads, like a bromeliad cup, where it's just like a little cup of water, because there's very little resources. But yeah, you can see the little patches of egg masses. There's a bunch right. Yeah. See that group there? Yeah. And there's more down this way too. There's that big patch there, and see this weird thing in the grass? That's a bunch of them right here. A lot of these look like more of them died here. When the shallower, yeah, like if you want to see, like if you get close right here, you'll see there's probably, who knows, 1,000 to 2,000 tadpoles right here. Yeah, I mean you have to get close to see them. But.
Will the ones that are sticking out of the water survive?
Yeah, they can. Now, of course, the ones that are right at the top, they're more susceptible to heat, and like if it gets really hot, a hot day, and that's where you'll see the dead eggs that have the white in them, which is a little fungus starting to grow in them. But a lot of them will make it. Yeah, you see that?
Wow.
There's lots of them in there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of milling around each other there. Wow.
Yeah, it'd be rough to have to count all those. So,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly. Don't follow me yet, but I'm gonna quickly. Well, yeah, you can stay on the shore, but maybe come around here and just watch your step. But I'm gonna check out a little toad breeding spot on the other side and see if there's any eggs. Yeah, I think this is. Oh, now I know. It's pollen.
Oh, okay.
It's pollen. Yeah, we had that pollen bloom about a month ago or so. I can't remember when. I don't know when it occurred here, but yeah.
These hides.
We've had several cascades right through here.
Oh, yeah. And there's just lots of them.
Yeah.
And you'll just, that's what you go by, and then they'll jump in the water.
Pollen.
Oh, sure enough. That is pollen. When we were at Shadow Lake, there was a white ring, and it was the remains of a deer that had rendered, and then it's kind of like fat, which is collected right along the rim of the water there.
Right. So you can come and walk out over here. We've got something to show you. So that's the spotted sandpiper. That.
Oh, the sound? Yeah.
Yeah.
Although that's a little dry
Yeah, this right here, that's a chorus frog egg mass. And as you can see, it's really tiny, and that's their typical size, and you can just miss them. And the eggs are really small. There's about, I don't know, 20 to 50, 60 eggs in there. But they're, you have to get really close to actually see the embryos. They're in there, but anyway. Yeah, well, a lot of it you just step and it bubbles up because it's like we're on a mat, you know. But there are, where you see those white on this side, you'll see these round, lighter colored. You'll actually see just water bubbling and gases coming out.
2 or 3 of them.
Oh, yeah. Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, and if you look around, you'll see there's quite a few Cascade frog adults just hanging out. You'll see their heads poking out. So stay here. I'm going to see if there's anything on the other side.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah. Oh, I see that.
Yeah, there's another Cascade frog right in the middle of that pond on the bottom.
Yeah, good size in there.
That's interesting. He's not even hiding.
Yeah.
Right? Is that why he had you guys put all those on him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Devegetation group that did on this, they do that to go up where they're not supposed to be.
Sure. Yeah.
People are not supposed to home on it.
Okay.
Where people know what we're doing. They don't have a sign.
I like how he's just kind of hanging out. Little tadpoles.
Oh, look at right there on the bottom. See right there?
Yeah.
He's just hanging out.
What is that now?
That's on the bottom.
That's a Cascade frog. Cascade frog, okay, yeah. Yeah.
That's quite obvious.
Yeah, I know. How did I ever miss that?
Sinking in there.
They might be laying.
So, does it look like the toads have started laying their eggs? This is right here on this, the inside of this inlet. Every year there's at least 1 or 2 egg strands laid there, and then occasionally on this side as well. But the most of them are laid on this side. And so the male and females, there'll be an amplexus where the male's clasping the female, but that can take up to a full day that they'll be together, and sometimes you'll see them in the daytime before they lay their eggs. And but I didn't see any. When I was here 3 days ago, yeah, like I said, I saw 4 toads, and so they're good sized. They're like the females. They're like this, yeah, and they're beefy, you know. And the males are about the same, just a tad smaller. Yeah. And
How deep is this here? Oh, that's all right. I didn't mind. You sure?
yeah, maybe 2 meters. I think it's pretty shallow. I can't remember though, actually. The deepest section, but it's pretty shallow actually. And they're either laid singly. It's like about the size of a jawbreaker to a small plum, and they're either laid individually or in very small clumps, and like just on the bottom or in vegetation. Oh,
Hello.
That was interesting.
yeah.
What was
That's a spotted sandpiper. We might be near one of its eggs, so that's why I said watch where we go.
He's right there.
Yeah.
she wanted you. Oh, yeah.
Yes. It's trying. I must be really close. So be careful, like where you're close. That's what I said. Watch your step. They're small eggs. Yeah, and I think they have spots on them. So let's walk around that and let's go back to the trail. Yeah.
Kevin's taking evidence of us over here too.
Well, I feel like it's you deserve to have a little treat. Come out, walk, trample a little, because you're protecting it all. And it's, I mean, just you need to. It helps to see, at least get some up close views.
That's why we record it, so that the next people don't have to.
The reason we monitor the western toads, well, one of them, there's in the park, we have approximately 8 breeding sites that we know of in the entire park. Cascade frog, as a contrast, I mean, I don't actually know, but they're probably in the thousands of sites where they lay their eggs. So. During the day, most of the time. And this is one of the spots I've found them. This little point, they're in the undercut bank. You can hear them when they don't really have an advertisement call, western toads, but they have a call. When they're interacting with other males, or they bump into each other, they do a little piping sound. Sounds like a little duckling, sort of. Anyway, we've heard of piping over there. Usually it's advertising. They're somewhat salt tolerant, and they're commonly in other countries in the UK. So they could have been interviewed. They're the ones that were introduced to Australia for pesticide control and have exploded and become a problem. So. Yeah, and so I'll just point out, I'm just giving you the sort of the toad tour because I love toads. So, but this, I think it's this rock outcrop. It's another spot that could be an overwintering spot. I don't know, but that rock, there were several radio track toads that spent a couple weeks right there in these rock outcrops. I just thought that was interesting. It's kind of a mystery where they go, what they do. You find them in burrows a lot of times. Either a made burrow, they'll use a ground squirrel, the golden mantle ground squirrel, which is we have here in the park. They use their burrows, and they typically overwinter on slopes that are south-facing that don't have much vegetation. They get a lot of sun exposure. They melt out the earliest. That's my guess. Why? That's where you typically people who have radio track where they go in the. And this side, you got the big area over here. But they will also make a little burrow. They'll like backwards dig themselves a little depression. The little toadlets, when they metamorphose, you'll find them. They'll be hanging out in elk footprints a lot of times, or deer hoof prints that are along the shoreline as like a little mini refuge. This area, for some reason, is another popular ash deposit location. There's one right there I can see. Here,
yeah.
There's another one. But yeah, I don't know why here, but yes. Yeah, there's a cool little wetland back behind us that it dries up pretty quickly. But yeah, so I don't know. This is another good spot to hopefully people walking off. We see a lot of. I've found long-toed salamander eggs on this north shore. Yeah, like you can see that ash pile pretty well. It's really kind of stands out. I know it is because I've moved some of the stuff from that one and that other one over there. But yeah. And the other thing to watch out for is, people like to do their wedding photos out here. You've probably seen that, and they're not allowed to go off the trail into the meadow. So,
Right.
yeah.
They do their weddings too. It wasn't a national park. It was above the Amphibians road. So I don't think
It wasn't pretty.
this is where my swimmer was. He was in up to his waist. Because he finally came out and he got dressed again here. And then about 2 hours later, somebody turned in a wallet. I
remember you told me that story. Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice swimmer.
He's the only swimmer.
He's the only one you've in all
He's the only one I've had. I've had a couple of people just like wade it down to the shore, but he was in up to his waist and had back finish and he didn't want to go in.
That was the new thing that Uwe made too, which I thought was pretty cool actually.
Yeah.
The little footprint, the boot print on the stake. Kind of this, he's gonna see if that works, kind of.
Carried this from somewhere and put it here.
Yeah, that's just a.
Oh.
Yeah, like trail block.
Yeah. So hopefully that might work. I don't know. We are this year. We're doing cigarette butt in there. This year we're setting up trail counters on all the trails that lead to Tipsoo to get an idea of how many people come through the area. If anyone's really interested in doing any trail validations while they're here, you can email me, and I'll probably send out an email about it. But it's not required or anything. Basically, it's standing near where one of the hidden trail planters are. So just to know, there's going to be some. They're mostly on all the trails around, that come into the trail that goes around the lake.
Like electronic?
Oh.
Yeah. and then like a little with a camera that clicks when somebody walks by. And they're all hidden, so just a heads up, there may be some hidden things that usually in a log or something, and you can't see them. And all it does is it records when somebody walks by. It's like a motion detector. So, but the validations are you kind of stand near the counter, and I think it's 1 hour, but and you count people. That's all you do.
Just check to see if they.
Yeah, and then they compare it to make sure. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And we'll walk on the back side of the other little pond.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'll just say the upper pond, there's no we've never seen western toads up there, but you'll see a lot of northwestern salamanders in the upper pond, out in the open. There's no fish in the upper pond because they actually can't get up.
Meaning the one across the road?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, it'll be quite contrasty. You know, if you walk around that upper lake and pay attention, you'll see salamanders swimming around in the water. Just a heads up, you know.
Yeah,
and you won't see them in here,
that's
unless you come out here at night. At night, it's a completely different story. There's hundreds and hundreds of salamanders swimming around in the lake.
Is there a trail around that lake?
There is a partial, there is a trail. Okay. It kind of weaves in and out of, it's a little further from the lake.
Yeah, that's right in here.
Yeah.
The one that's across the
Yeah,
highway?
it's kind of a hillside there, but there is a trail that goes
It goes along that side, and
Not much.
Yeah.
like at least this half of it.
Yeah.
I can't remember if well, there's that other trail. I don't have.
I've done it.
Yeah, there it is. Like that one is kind of a trail.
All right.
I have done it.
Yeah, and this one just goes up to a meadow and kind of ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some infrastructure up in here, old infrastructure, because this was the water supply came from up here, and so there's a water supply stuff up there. Yeah. There used to be a ranger cabin here. Actually, there were two, I think, from what I understand, and we had a ranger out here. Yeah.
Is that where you over there after
I don't know when that ended. Probably
Yeah.
prior to the 70s.
Yeah, I cleaned up a lot.
Or, somewhere around there. Do you know?
I
don't.
I always like going along other lakes. Don't usually see too many people.
Okay. Let's see. That right there where you see a bunch of wood,
Oh yeah.
that little backside, there's quite a few northwestern salamander egg masses. That's where they'll lay their eggs here. I think it's because of all the wood, and they're less cold and they're not really cold intolerant like some of the frogs are. And if we're lucky, we might see some salamander larvae. They're out in the open sometimes out in this lake. I don't think the fish come in here too often. I mean, they could if they want, but I think it's because it's so shallow, it might be the chance for predation is higher here just because it's, they're so visible. Birds. Yeah. Owls, ravens, herons. At least on the smaller ones. I don't know about the bigger. Oh, nice. Yeah, right.
You didn't stick around very long for me to look at them.
So again, I mentioned it earlier, but this is the other area where I'd like not to see people walking, especially along the shoreline or milling around. This is the other spot where western toads and cascade frogs will lay their eggs in this shallow where all these sedges are going. I just wanted to mention, so here's the outlet of the Tipsoo Lakes, which is Chinook Creek, and which probably we have tailed frogs. This is where they would breed, and also coastal giant salamanders. And they're another stream breeding species that lay their eggs in streams, moving water. So, yeah. And unfortunately, the outlet goes under the road and then is perched again, and it's not. One of the things I'm hoping, if we ever get funding for it, is we'll replace both the inlet and outlet culverts and make them more wildlife friendly, kind of what we were talking about. Yeah.
How much influence do the park biologists have? Changing things?
We have some influence, but it's a group effort. It requires, there's like 3 or 4 different work groups that are involved in the planning and then getting the funding. So.
Like you were saying, moving the path away from the lake would be beneficial. Like, is that something people would do?
Yeah, I've promoted. I've got in my mind there's 4 alternatives. So one is to move the trail. That would cost the most, and probably not realistic because of the historic nature of the trail, because it's been here forever, and so that then becomes the cultural resources may object to that, and it could be pretty expensive. So the other alternative, which I hate, but again, it would be great for here, is to have a raised, at least on this side, the west shoreline, have a raised. Basically, this bridge here, I'm at just on that whole, and it'd have to be at least this wide, because it has to be more like handicap friendly, and then. We'd have, and maybe with some viewing platforms, which would be great, and that would be the chance of people walking off the trail, I think, would be less so, The other is like a raised, what's it called, a turnpike. So it's just like a low raised trail that's with, I think it's gravel or rock. It's rock, and then we'd have to put in regular culverts, like little mini, for things to go under, because that would be a complete barrier. So for smaller critters, that's the other alternative. And then the other one that is seasonally putting up flagging with signage to keep people off, and that's quite common. Like you'll see that in Canada and certain like western toad sites. You will see like one whole side of a lake shore is cordoned off, and it's a western toad metamorphosis. I can't remember how they word it, but because there could be thousands of little toadlets here at Tipsoo. They're about the size of my fingernail. They're usually 9 to 12 millimeters, less than an inch. They're really tiny. Most people would just step on them, and you just don't see them. I mean, unless there's thousands of them, so they get easily trampled. This would be quite helpful. I haven't got the protocol yet for it, but we're doing parking lot counts. So, and which basically entails, well, our current thought is basically the time when you notice that the lot is completely filled up or close to it. I'm not sure. I think we're definitely going to use this lot and maybe the upper lot, but I don't know. But certainly this one. So if you're interested in that, we'll send out a little informational thing. It's really simple, and you don't like to have to sit here and wait till it fills up. It's just like when you notice that, you know, like it's getting pretty close now. And we're trying to just get an idea of how many people are coming out here.
Is that then like incognito, or are you wearing your rovers?
Oh, you can wear your, yeah, you can let people know too.
Okay, I don't
It's
know.
not, no, the trail counter thing is different
Because then you'll also be.
we don't want people to know that we're
Got it, okay.
counting people.
Okay, but the parking lot.
Because it's, you know, it's, some people don't, but you know, it's just feet, so,
Right.
or legs. There's no, we don't know who anyone is or anything, so.
Got it.
But yeah, but this is more just how many visitors, when does it fill up?
FBI ankle
And then, 'cause
recognition
this one
program.
fills up, people go, you know, to that upper lot. And again, the signage is so poor. And then we've got the parallel parking, that strip there.
Yeah.
And that, it gets full. And people are up there, they come down, they have no idea they're even in the national park. So, and they just think they can do whatever, like it's whatever. And yeah, and just all craziness. You know, I have to yell at people on occasion that are up over there flying their drones. They got the controller, and I'm down here with the buzzing around.